Black history be like. 66 trillion years ago, the tribe of Shabazz was the only surviving tribe of 13 that resided on Earth after a rogue scientist blew up the planet, splitting off the moon. Migrating to Egypt briefly, they would then settle in the Islamic holy city of Mecca, developing a technologically advanced society. But a group of citizens led by Shabazz himself traveled to empty Central Africa to harden their group and develop features. The tribe is said to have reached its peak in the year 4084 BC, but Shabazz would not be the most famous member of the tribe. That honor goes to Yaqub, the creator of the white race. Born in Mecca, Yaqub was born with an extremely large head, which gave him unmatched intelligence. Discovering the law of attraction from playing with magnets, he theorized he could create new people who could attract others with lies and deceit to rule over the original black man. Exhausting the knowledge of Meccan universities at age 18, Yaqub discovered that a black man had a separate black and brown germ. With 59,999 followers, he went to the Isle of Pelan, modern-day Patmos, establishing a dictatorial regime in which black traits were bred out through a eugenics program, in which blacker-skinned babies were killed, but lighter-skinned babies were allowed to live. After 200 years, he would create the brown race. Yaqub would die at the age of 150 years old, but his followers continued his work, eventually creating the red and yellow races, until after 600 years, the white race was born. The brutal conditions made this race evil by nature. Born with an innate desire to lie and murder black people, the white race would travel to Mecca, where they would wreak havoc and mayhem on the population. They were exiled to Europe, where Meccan soldiers would patrol the border to prevent the devils from crossing. The whites would further degenerate into barbarism, living naked and eating raw meat. A man named Moses would teach them to wear clothes and try to civilize them. When he gave up, he blew up 300 of the worst white people with dynamite. The whites, however, had by this point learned technology.
If you didn't, then here a weekly transgender reminder that trans people exist, and it is currently the most important topic in the world. Trans lives matter.
They instead became gorillas. Yaqub's progeny would usher in a period of violence and misery. The white race, starting in 1914, would rule for 6,000 years until the original black people regained world dominance. While white people would commit many atrocities, none would be more famous than the Finno-Korean Hyperwar, an event well documented on the Master of Frofulness channel. You can watch by clicking the link in the pinned comment and description below.
Thanks for the money, dummy.
That's me.